about fractions. Okay? So first we should know about what is a fraction. Okay, correct? Let's take an example. Suppose I have a pizza. Okay? Next, I have divided this pizza in 4 equal parts and give one part to some children, okay, to some student. Now I need to know that how much part I have left with. Okay? Now tell me, how many the total parts? Can you tell me what the total parts? 4. Yeah. Total parts are 4. And out of how many parts left? If I have given one part to some student. Diyan?
3 by 4.
I have just asked you the how many parts are left here?
3.
3, yes. So 3. So in this fractions you are going to write the total number of the parts in the denominator and the parts you are required in the numerator. Correct? And this is your fraction. Correct? Now suppose I have a square and I have 9 parts out of it. Okay, so total equal parts are 9. Yes. So yeah, I was telling you that if I have a square and I have divided it in 9 equal parts and I have shaded 2 parts, then can you tell me with how many parts are non-shaded? Can you tell me the fraction of non-shaded part? Yes, Abhay?
6. 6 upon 9.
Are you sure?
7 upon 9.
How much?
7
upon 9. Yes, correct. Now let's see a video about fraction. Okay, how to identify and compare fraction.
A fraction is expressed as the number of equal parts selected to the total number of equal parts. To compare fractions where the total number of parts are equal, compare the number of parts selected.
Okay, so as you can see in this picture, how many parts are there in this circle? 4 equal parts. And which part is shaded? 1. Now if I ask you that you need to tell me the fraction of shaded part, can you tell me?
Yes.
Adishakti?
2 by 4.
This one?
1 by
1 by 4, yes. Sit down, Mishka. What could be the answer for this one?
2 by 4.
Yes, correct. Next.
Greater the number of parts selected, greater the fraction.
Okay. Now, next, as if we are talking about comparing the fractions, as you can see, this part has same number of divisions, like it has 4 number of divisions and it has also the 4 parts. Okay. Here we have shaded 1 part and here we have shaded 2 parts. So which part is shaded more? The second one. Okay. So you know the fraction of the first part and you know the fraction of the second part. So we will say that the which fraction is the greater one? 2 upon 4. than the first one. Okay, correct?
Each rectangle has been divided into 5 equal parts. Click the correct number of parts in each rectangle to represent the fractions given. Then, click Submit.
Okay. So next, as you can see, the rectangle. We have rectangle. Okay, in first rectangle, how many parts it is divided?
5.
5 parts. Yes. Now, the fraction given is 1/5. And in the second rectangle, the fraction is 4/5. Okay. Now let's consider the fraction given for the shaded part. Correct? That means out of 5, how many parts are shaded? 2. And out of 5, how many parts are shaded in rectangle 2? 4. Yes. So can you compare in these two fractions which will be the greater one? 4/5. Yes, correct. Which one is greater? 4/5. Okay, let's.
Which is greater? 2 upon 5, each square has been
Okay. In the same set, now this is square 1 and this is square 2. Correct? As it is given 3/4 and it is 1/4. Okay. Now, who will come and shade? Vian, come. How many boxes need to be shaded in the first square? Yes, 3. Correct. It's okay. Next, who will tell me about the square 2? Mukunda. Yes, correct. So how many parts are shaded in the second square? 1. Okay, now if I asked you about the comparing of these fractions. Okay, so who will tell me which fraction will be the larger, greater? Navya, come. Mark the comparing sign. Yes, correct. So 3/4 will be greater than 1/4. Okay, now here we have some questions. Let's discuss these. So the first question is, write the fraction made by shaded portion. Yes, we can then come to the first question. Four upon correct. Clear everyone? Now we will do the second part. Bhavika. Correct. Now, just tell me what would be the answer for the third one. Just tell me in the group.
1/4.
Yes, 1/4. And the next one? 3/5. Correct. 3/5. And this one?
4/6.
Yes, total parts are 6 and 4 are shaded. So 4/6 and we can cancel these. That is 2/3. Correct. Now, in the next question, Yatharth, come. Oh, great. Next. you can see the colorful squares are given. Okay. Now we will see that. How many? You need to write the fractions of red square, green square, and yellow square. So who will tell me the fraction of red square? Nikandan.
5/14.
Yes, 5/14. As you can see, the total number of squares are 14. And the red squares are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Correct? So it is 5/14. Next, green squares. Who will tell me what the green squares? Adishakti? Yes, it is also 5/14. Next, who will tell me the yellow? Just say from your seat.
4/14.
Yes, 4/14. Then we can cancel it 2 twice. That is 2/7. Correct. Okay, let's move to the other activity. Now let's see the video for how to compare fractions, like fractions. Okay? So before that, I want you to know what are like fractions. Who will tell me? No. Okay. So those fractions who are having same denominator. Yes, correct. So suppose I have two fractions. I will consider two fractions like 1/2, 1/2 and 3/2. Are these like fractions?
Yes.
This is an example of like fractions. Like fractions means same denominator. Correct? Yes? Okay, let's see some a video on like fractions and how to compare like fractions. Correct?
How to compare like fractions. Jiggy's mom has brought chocolates for Jiggy and his friends. There are 10 pieces in a chocolate. Jiggy ate 8 pieces or 8/10 of the chocolate. Pasha ate 5 pieces or 5/10 of the chocolate. And Gia ate 7 pieces or 7/10 of the chocolate. Can you tell who ate the maximum part of the chocolate?
Anyone of you can tell? Mukunda, tell me. Jiggy. Yes. Sit down. Yes, it is correct. As you can see, all the chocolates are the same division. That is same number of divisions. Huh? It divides in 10 parts. It divides in 10 parts. It divides in 10 parts. But Jiggy gets out of 10 how many parts?
8.
And Pasha? 5. And Gia? 7. Who will get maximum? Jiggy, obviously. Okay? So you can say that now what you have done, it is known as comparing. You have compared like fractions which are having same denominators. Correct?
We can easily tell that Jiggy ate the maximum parts of the chocolate. But what if I remove the chocolates? Can you then compare the fractions? Note that all of them have the same denominator, so they are all like fractions. When we want to compare like fractions, we just compare their numerators. As 5 is the smallest of the three, 5/10 is the smallest. Then compare 7 and 8. As 7 is smaller than 8, we write 7/10 on the second step. On the last step, write the remaining fraction. So, we have arranged the fractions in an ascending or increasing order. Similarly, can you write these fractions in ascending order? We can see.
Who will write? Ritika, come. You can use it as a pen. Put it from here. Yeah. 3 upon 8. 5 upon 8. 7 upon 8. Correct. Very nice. Go. Yeah. As Ritika has written these fractions in ascending order or increasing order. As you can see, these are increasing when you move from left to right. Correct? Next.
That these are like fractions. So, we compare their numerators. Which is the smallest of them? 3 is the smallest. So, the first fraction will be 3/8. As 5 is smaller than 7, it will come next. And lastly, we will have 7/8. So, our fractions are arranged in the ascending order. Now, I want you to try and arrange these fractions in the descending order.
Come now, yeah. Hold it from here, okay? Correct. So this is descending order, that means decreasing order. As you can see, the denominator of these fractions is same, but the numerator is different. So we will only compare numerators. As you can see, the numerators are in decreasing order. Am I correct? Yes. Let's.
As we have all like fractions, we will just compare the numerators. As we are writing the fractions in descending order, the largest fraction will come first. So, 13/15 will come first. Then, we will have 11/15 and 7/15. So, we have arranged the fractions in descending order. In this way, we can arrange like fractions in ascending or descending order. Here is what we have learned. What are fractions?
Now let's see a video on fractions.
What is a fraction? A fraction is expressed as the number of equal parts to the total number of equal parts. How many pieces does this bar of chicky have? It has 8 pieces. If Salim ate 3 of them, how many pieces are left? 5 pieces are left, right? How do we express this as a fraction? We could say Salim ate 3/8 of the chicky and 5/8 of the chicky is left. Today is Ria's birthday and she's celebrating it with her friends. Doesn't she look excited?
Hi, I am Ria. Would you like to join my birthday party and share
shown here. But have you ever wondered how each piece of the cake actually forms a fraction of the whole? Here's something interesting to help you understand fractions better. How much cake is left? Look at the cake shown. You will notice that a part of it is missing. Find out how much cake is left.
The cake is divided into 4 equal pieces. And 3 pieces of the cake are left. So the fraction of the cake that is left is 3 by 4. In this fraction, 3 is called the numerator and 4 is called the denominator. She is looking quite.
Okay, so overall we have learned about fraction that when you have a whole, okay, when you have an object and you have divided in some equal parts. So if you take any part out of it, you can write its fraction like suppose as it is mentioned here. The cake has 4 parts and out of 1 part is taken. That means how much part is eaten is 1 by 4. 4 means the total number of parts and 1 is the part which is eaten, and it is expressed in fractions like this. Okay, let's move to the next topic, fractions on number line. Yes.
How to show fractions on a number line? A number line is used to present numbers on a straight line. It is helpful in explaining arithmetic operations such.
Okay, so before that, you have learned about how to represent integers on the number line. Am I correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, all these numbers, how to represent these. Okay, now you will learn how to represent fractions. That means 1 by 2, 3 by 2, 4 by 5, 6 by 7. Am I correct? Okay, next. Let's see the video of
Addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Other than representing whole numbers, it can also be used to represent fractions. Fractions represent a part of a whole. It is written using a top number or the numerator and the bottom number or the denominator. There are mainly 3 different types of fractions. Proper fractions are the ones whose numerator is smaller than the denominator. Improper fractions have numerator greater than the denominator. Mixed fractions are a combination of a proper fraction and a whole number. Now,
okay. So next, listen. How many types of fractions are there? So first is proper fraction, improper fraction, and other is mixed fraction. Okay. So as you can see, improper fraction, numerator is less than denominator. So you just need to remember this part. Okay, numerator is less than denominator. Next, in the improper fraction, 11 upon 5 is given as an example. That means your numerator is greater than denominator. In next, mixed fraction. Mixed fraction have 2 parts. Suppose now, such as this is an example given in this section. In here, 1. Your 1 is whole number and 3 upon 5. It is proper fraction. You can see that it is a proper fraction. And it can also be written as 1 plus 3 upon 5. And this is equals to 1, 3 by 5. Okay. So these are the types of the fractions. And suppose now you will learn how to represent proper fraction, improper fraction and mixed fraction on number line.
let's represent these types of fractions on a number line. Let's consider the example of 3 by 5. For showing a fraction on a number line, Each unit must be divided into as many equal parts as the denominator. So in this case, the denominator is 5. That's why each unit on the number line is divided into 5 equal parts. Now let's start numbering each division.
So in this, as you can see, number line basically used as a scale. And you must have seen a scale, a centimeter scale. You must have used it so many times. It has written numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 to so on. Okay? And next, now as you need to represent a proper fraction on the number line, first you will see the denominator. Okay, it is 5. You can see it is 5. So how? Now we will do what? That every unit, what is unit? This whole bar, 0 to 1. This is 1 unit. This is 1 unit. Okay, the measurement from 0 to 1 is 1 unit, then 1 to 2 is 1 unit, up to so on. It means the gap of 1 unit. Now suppose this is my first unit. I have divided it in how many parts that mentioned in the fraction is the denominator. Correct? And the denominator is 5. So we have divided this section, this unit in 5 equal parts. Next, let's name these parts. Suppose now this is 0. So we will write it as 0 upon 5. The next one? 1 upon 5. And the next one? Next? So the improper fraction here is 3 upon 5. So where are 3 upon 5 is? Here. Correct? Now suppose I need to mark 9 upon 5. Who will mark it? Yes, correct. So this is your answer. Next.
The first division is the fraction 0 by 5. The second is 1 by 5. Next is 2 by 5. Then the next fraction is 3 by 5. So it can be concluded that the third mark from 0 shows the fraction 3 by 5. It is between the numbers 0 and 1. Now let's consider the other fraction 11 by 5. So you know that here also each unit needs to be divided into.
Now we have 11 by 5. Who will represent it? We are. First, write all the numbers. You don't get the space, you can write it. Yes, it is 6 upon 5. Next one is 7. Next one? And the next? 9. And 2 is 10 upon 5. Correct. This 10 upon 5. And after that, you will get your required fraction on the number line.
Into 5 equal parts. We saw how to show the fraction 3 by 5 on a number line. Now let's continue numbering the divisions further. The next part after 3 by 5 is the fourth mark from 0 or the fraction 4 by 5. If we go on numbering the parts, we get the following fractions. Once you mark the fraction 10 by 5, the next value is 11 by 5. So the 11th mark from 0 shows the fraction 11 by 5. It is between.
Okay. So as you can see, today we learn about what is fraction, what are like fractions, and types of fractions that are. Tell me the types of fractions. Proper, improper, and
mixed fraction.
yes. And then we learn about how to compare like fractions. And then today we have learned one more topic, that is how to represent fraction on number line. So first you have done the example for 3 upon 5, that is a proper fraction, and now you get the example for 11 upon 5, that is improper fraction. Now today we have learned about the fractions which are proper and improper representing on number line. So, have you all understand that?
Yes.
Tell me. Okay. And how was the session?
Very good.
Thank you so much everyone.